What's Kylie's status, and how much does it make easier when you can kind of just plug in Swiss Army knife Taylor, and she's able to kind of keep things flowing?
Yeah, I just can't say enough about Taylor Stremlow. There's few kids I think in the country that can start. Yeah, I'm good with it. Don't start. Don't know how many minutes they're going to play. Play the 3, play the 1, back up the 2. That kid would play center if I asked her to. She just has the heart is golden, and she's a competitor, right? And the thing about Taylor, it's always about the mission. It's always about how can I help this team. And when you see a kid be able to step in and do all the things that she consistently does when most of the time when we need her. So I was really thrilled for her. I was concerned without having Kylie. Kylie is one of our most efficient players. She's really our best defender. She understands every press. She understands every play. She doesn't ever have a misstep when it comes to that. So I was really glad this game was at home, because when you lose one of your team captains and she's not going to be able to play at all, the positive was I knew we were going to be able to get some extended minutes for the others. But that kid, every day in practice, she does not get out beat. She doesn't get outworked by any other player, and she leads, and they love her. So it was killing her not to play, but her status is day to day. Her ankle, unfortunately, that didn't help us in that UConn game. She slipped on that logo and really got a pretty unique jammed ankle. So we're day by day and going to see someone tomorrow again. So I don't know what her status will be for Nebraska and beyond.
It was good to see Emely on the bench tonight, Jan. Is she currently suspended, and then how has she responded over the last 2 weeks?
And we never announced ourselves, but handled that internally. She's back, and she's battling a back. That's been a chronic, and that's a day-to-day situation.
What did it take to shake off the Connecticut game, make sure there was no ill effects, especially with an 8-day layover, and play a clean game, cut the turnovers in half?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I was really worried about, because again, that third quarter against Connecticut, I mean, I was actually pretty happy overall with that game. The quarters, I mean, that happened. The third quarter just got away from us. But how do you go into Christmas when you're bummed, right? You wish you could have it back, and you're not feeling great about yourselves. So I think that was the challenge for our staff, is to really make sure, we did have practice that next day, is to really dissect it. And some of the things that I was not happy with, I pointed those out, but I did point out some of the things that we did do well. It may not have seemed like that to you guys watching on the outside. It took me a while to see some of the things we did well, but when I watched the film back, there were some things we could draw on. And I just think by virtue of competing at that level, you compete against the #1 team in the country. I mean, you've been there. You competed, you got your bell rung a little bit, but we know that some of the things that we did control, probably residual because UConn's UConn, but I think that's the beauty of that. Is like, well, it's not going to get much tougher than that ever, if ever. So that's where we just kind of drew the line in the sand and said, okay, we can just decide to handle this way or that way. And I really didn't spend too much time on the loss, other than like, hey, we didn't handle their quarter court press. Everything else, we did all right, and we didn't have my captain and my best defender.
Jan, Journey finished with a double-double, was perfect at the free throw line, only missed 1 field goal, played almost close to 20 minutes. She said that she's been working on growing in confidence and so forth. What is your take on her performance and how she's evolved so far?
Well, I've told you, I love that kid. I love her motor. The thing is that confidence. And I think there's so many times, they all come in, I talked about to the team today, the thing that is the hardest for freshmen is when they are in high school, they're doing everything that they like to do and have to do, because they're the best players, right? Usually one of the top 2 players. And then when you come to college, it's just different, and it's bigger, faster, stronger, and you're asked to sacrifice. You're asked to play a little different position. You're asked, you're not going to play 40 minutes out of 40. And I think for every new kid in every place, I mean, you can have probably Gino Oriama on down. It's just hard, and then their confidence takes a hit. And she feels sometimes undersized, when she's playing the 4, but we do stretch her out. And so sometimes we just have to remind her that she plays the 4, she plays it like a 3, depending on the matchups. It's going to be easier some days, harder other days. But I just know that when she just keeps in that gym and keeps getting moments like this, I think, you know, the sky's the limit. You know, we'll look, you know, in the future, we're just playing the people that we can get out on the floor right now to give us the best shot of winning, and she just fills that role beautifully.
Chit Chat, dozen early points, big part of that 16-0 run in the first quarter. How did that help kind of settle things down and give you some breathing room?
I mean, I just think Chit Chat is just really important for our team. And the beauty of Chit Chat and the hard thing is she is such a pass-first point guard, and she loves to defer. I mean, if there's a play that has 3 options and they're all for her, she'll choose every other option before one of those 3. And that's, I mean, it's a unique battle. And so I've been really working with her and, you know, challenging our staff is like, you know, you passing up a pull-up jumper to, you know, maybe pass it to, you know, Hannah who's in the corner for a 3. That's not the wisest basketball decision right now. Like on time, you know, Hannah, but if Chat's 3 for 4, that's probably the look we want. But she just defers, and it's a beautiful thing because her selflessness. But you see when she gets going, it really opens everybody else up. So I really commended her today. I know what she's going to be bummed about is her turnovers, and that was uncharacteristically, I think, too many for her. A couple they got her from behind. But I do think that 2 weeks that we didn't have her due to her concussion, boy, I wish, you know, I think we got other people some good minutes, but that we put us a little bit behind because I think she's going to keep coming and coming, and I think she's really a key catalyst for us.
Ava had obviously had a big game today. You look back at the Iowa State game, she got into foul trouble, and that was a critical part of that game. But people look at Penn State today and say, you know, it's maybe not the toughest opponent, but Gracie Merkel is probably one of the tougher matchups she's going to have this season. Just what did you think? You know, obviously staying out of foul trouble is the big thing, but from an offensive standpoint, what did you see from her?
Yeah, you know, I think that just the key. I mean, I think Merkel is similar to Crooks. I mean, Crooks is, you know, obviously tremendous, and she has a tremendous team around her, right? So you're able to kind of choke a little bit off to kind of help. But Merkel, you don't move her just like you don't move Crooks. She shoots, I think she's leading the country in field goal percentage, or she's up there. I mean, today she shot 80%, right? You front her, and if you don't have good ball pressure, I mean, it's the same thing as Crooks when it comes to that type of matchup. So those are the things that you saw from Ava today. I believe if we wouldn't have gotten foul trouble, we would have had the opportunity to counter that. I don't think many teams are really going to shut down a Merkel or ever a Crooks. They're going to probably get theirs, and then the other people have to be superior. You know, if you're going to choose the double or you're going to choose to choke off, they got to hit their shots. Iowa State, you know, just has a lot of guard weapons that can do that. Penn State, you know, we didn't see that today, but I think the challenge of guarding a Crooks and a Merkel, physicality is exactly the same. And so Ava, I would have liked to have thought she would have countered like that if we wouldn't have gotten foul trouble. So that was what I loved today, because I thought, boy, if we get in foul trouble again, you know, then we're not going to be able to see get her confidence to see what she can do with her skill set.
It seems like in terms of decision making, maybe the quickest she's been this season. Would you agree? She reminded me at times of like a Monica Sonano catch and just make a move and not think about it.
Yeah, I thought we made a step there. Ava goes way too fast. Sometimes she just goes and she'll, I think the key, in my opinion, in post play is the greatest post players never predetermine anything. You never predetermine. You don't run down the floor and think, I'm just going to do a right hand hook. Okay, next time I'm just going to go down, I'm going to, you know, turn around jumper. You go down, you're a little bit methodical, you have a plan, but you will quickly counter if they take away the first thing. So the predetermining is what we're really working on. She just goes so fast because she's quick, right? When we see those quick moves, it's beautiful. And she knows she has that counter, but it's getting, our work is to slow her the game down in her mind. And she'll do that with a pass. Hannah's open from the high-low and she'll kind of catch it and throw it. Instead of look first and see how that defense might be trying to go behind, they might stay in front, but the first thing she sees, she goes. And so she's just young. And that's what I keep reminding her. You know, I'm not going to hang out to dry on these quick decisions. I'm just trying to help you slow it down.
All right, thanks, Jen.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Jen.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And happy New Year's. I'll see you on New Year's Day, some of you.